Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're starting a new series of a game called Against the Storm. It's a fun little game with some city building and roguelike elements, and I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, let's jump right into it.
The world is plagued by the Blight Storm, a vile cycle of destruction ravaging everything in its path. The only safe haven is the smoldering city where the mysterious Scorched Queen reigns. You are one of her viceroys, a pioneer sent into the wilds, tasked with establishing new settlements and acquiring valuable resources for the crown. Your goal is to help rebuild the smoldering city and secure the future of the Queen's subjects.
Well, hopefully it all made sense. I've played a little bit of this game before, so I'll be skipping the tutorials and I'll try to catch you up on what's going on as we go. Yeah, finishing the scenarios or your settlements usually gives you some sort of experience or even unlocks, as you've seen just now. Usually those are some buildings or feats, cornerstones, stuff like that. So you'll be seeing all of that in the game. But for now, let's skip all the tutorials and get right into it. Yeah, as you can see here, after completing the tutorial, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. We'll be seeing that all of that in the game just in a minute. So this will be our main hub, main starting point, the smoldering city. Every reset of the map will be starting from here, and this is also the place where we get our upgrades and check our deeds and all the cool stuff. So right now we have some upgrades that we can make. Yeah, I mean, the first one's first, right? Let's unlock it. Yep. These are the achievements. I've already done some, so yeah. Might not be able to see all of them now in this playthrough, but let's see. Alright, we ended the tutorial cycle, and now we can start the actual game cycle. So this was the reset of the map. So every time the cycle ends, we get a newly generated map. It's all covered in the blight, so we can't see everything. But as we move further with the settlements, we'll start unlocking the map, and we'll see what's hidden behind here. But every time we're trying to reach one of these ancient seals to help us protect against the blight, against the next cycle, and maybe even, resolve this whole situation. And yeah, off we go. So here's the map. It's actually really big, but the cycles are short right now, the blight cycles. So, you know, after a couple of settlements, we go further in, and yeah, we're trying to reach this bronze seal. So for that, we need to collect 4 seal fragments, and you know, we get some rewards for that. So there's one on the other side. We also have question marks, which are usually either events or, you know, some map modifiers like these two we have already. They usually give you some effects, right? Either positive or negative. Usually it's a little bit of both. And the further we go away from the smoldering city, the more the harder the game becomes. We get a bit more negatives, and you know they usually are a bit harder than the ones in the beginning. Anyway, let's start. We'll probably start right here by the Royal Outpost. Yep. So every time we start a new settlement, we get to pick the settlers, as well as some of the well, yeah, obviously we also get to choose the difficulty, and then we also get a couple of bonuses, the stuff that we'll be taking it with us to the new settlement to jumpstart the game. Alright, so for the settlers, we have a different type of settlers, and each type of them has some sort of unique specialization, which provides you bonuses during the game, and depending on which buildings you have and what you have those workers assigned to. For now, let's just go with the beavers and see what happens next. Let's take all of the bonuses and let's go. There we go. So let's see what bonuses we have. Gain 2 amber every time you sell goods worth 10 amber. Alright. And then we have every small glade discovered grants 10% of blending speed. Alright. And these would be our debuffs. So this one is default one. Additional stack on this factor. Yep. Let's see. Villagers with this effect have some closes. -5 to resolve. -2 resolve. And 50% chance to double the food consumption. Alright, and what have we additional? This is the one we've seen. And clearing speed is increased. And we also have giant nodes. Alright, sounds good. So, the game itself. We're trying to gather reputation, fill up this bar on the left. Usually it's done either by gaining the respect from your settlers, so you know, creating conditions perfect for the beaver and human settlers so that they will gradually fill up this blue bar. And also there are events and orders that you can complete, which also provide you with some reputation. The blue dots you see right here are the building unlocks. So right now we start off with 3. I'll show them in a second. And every time we reach, you know, this 1 reputation, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7, etc., we get a new blueprint that we can pick from and adjust our settlement depending on the needs of the settlers and also maybe the events or missions or orders that we have on the map. And the bar on the right is the impatience bar. So this is the bar that we are racing against. It slowly increases over time. There are also events and resolve issues with the settlers that increase the impatience, and if you reach the maximum you lose. So you're kind of trying to outpace it with your reputation gains. Yeah, so this is the map. You have your ancient hearth, which is the central point of each of the settlements. It provides heat and protection against the storm during the storm seasons. It consumes fuel to run, so if you run out of wood or coal or oil, whatever, it goes out, and then the settlers start losing their resolve really fast, and once they reach 0 resolve or even in the negatives, they start leaving. And obviously, if all your settlers leave, you get nothing. The resolve is right here under each of the settlers. Yeah, so we'll be trying to keep it as high as possible. All right, let's pick a couple of buildings. We have Weaver, Brickyard, and Leather Worker. I know both humans and beavers like having clothes on for the storm season, so we'll need good fabric production for that. Let's pick that. Forager, herbalist, and plantation. So for this, for the production, I like to see what we have on the map right now. We have stone, which is gathered by the stone cutters, and we have a building for that already. And then we have mushroom field here, which can be collected by the small herbalist camp or the big one. And yeah, since we already have this mushroom field right here, we'll pick the herbalist camp right away. And finally, brewery, lumber mill, and rain mill. I'm inclined to pick the lumber mill simply because planks are used for all sorts of buildings, so having a good plank production building ready to go would be a good start for us. So let's take that. Alright, and now we can finally start playing the game. So what we need to do is start building, yeah? We'll start with the woodcutters, so we can gather the wood and clear the map, unlock the glades. And we'll also start with the herbalist camp that we just selected and build it right here. Also, we'll need shelter. So we have 9 settlers, and each shelter, small one, can have 3 settlers. So let's build them somewhere on the outside, right here. Yep, there we go. We can also speed things up a little bit, especially when there's nothing going on. I usually try to play on 1.5, just to move things along a little bit faster. Now that we have woodcutters, we can start assigning workers to it. And as I mentioned previously, the settlers have different specializations, and the beaver specialization is wood. So they make for great woodcutters, and everywhere where the wood production is involved, the beavers would be the best choice. Their bonuses, yeah, as you can see right here, if they have specialization bonus, in case of the woodworkers, there's a 10% chance to double the yield, so we'll be getting more wood than we otherwise would. Alright, now we have herbalist complete. Let's assign our humans. And we also have all our shelters complete. Perfect. Let's build some roads to speed up the movement. At the top here we can see our total population, free workers, and how many homeless settlers we have. And so we want to try to have as few free workers as we possibly can. So let's have them do something, and let's make a stonecutters camp and start gathering the stone. Alright. So, once you've settled a little bit and built a couple of buildings, you'll start seeing these pop-ups right here, and one of these are cornerstones, so basically just a permanent buffs for this settlement. Right now we get to pick from 2, further in the game we'll get more. And for this, I actually don't need either one of these because we're not producing either flour or pigments, so yeah, let's just take the ember, which is just your usual currency, universal currency. And here are the orders I talked about earlier. We get to pick, so we can build woodcutters, store wood, discover glades, or gather mushrooms with the herbalist camp. I'll go with this one simply because we already have herbalist camp and we're already gathering mushrooms, so we'll quickly get to the rewards, and also we'll get 1 reputation point. Yep, let's go. Next up, let's we could probably pick the 35 wood because we'll be gathering wood the entire game, or I'm thinking about picking this one simply because we'll probably have harvesters at some point anyway, and I'm in no rush on picking up 1 extra reputation with the settlers when we can get more out of it, right? And here, so these are the trading objectives. I'm not sure if I'll be doing any trading yet, we'll see. This one will be easy. We just need 1 ancient tablet, which we can pick up from the undiscovered glades right here, which will we definitely be doing. And what else did we have? And just completing 2 glade events and creating pack of building materials. Let's pick up the ancient tablet because we're bound to run into it at some point. Alright, we have our first 3 orders, and the longer we play, the more orders we'll unlock, which will provide us with more reputation. So let's go. Let's speed things up a little bit and mark these trees to be cut down, so we discover this glade right here. Okay, I have 2 more borders to assign. Alright, we've discovered a glade. Nothing too exciting here besides resources. We can take a quick look right here what we have. So eggs, stone deposits, and copper veins for the miners. We'll ignore those for now and we'll actually move further, unlock more glades. For that we can just move our woodcutter's camp further in, mark more trees. I'll unmark these and we keep going. There we go. We've completed our mushroom picking and now we can deliver this order and gain our sharp sickles for the herb production. We're getting some herbs and we're also getting new villagers. And as well as the reputation point, which unlocks us a new blueprint. Let's see. Well, we just got sickles, which assist with the herb production, but right now I'm not seeing any place with the soil where we could build the herb garden, but you know, let's pick it up. Maybe it will come in useful later on. We can also complete one more order by creating a harvester camp, so let's do just that. We have it right here. We have nothing for this building to gather from, but we can build it just for the order. Meanwhile, we have one more glade. Just resources, and that's perfectly fine. And now let's try and discover one of the dangerous glades. Those will have events, and we'll talk about them as we get to them. So let's mark this patch right here. Turn in the order, get some clay, reeds and parts, as well as new blueprint. I kind of like kiln here, simply because it provides us with coal, which is a better fuel than plain wood, and it can also provide jerky, which both humans and beavers enjoy, I believe, which will increase their resolve. So let's go with that. Wasn't wrong, right? Oh no. Oh no. I was completely wrong about the jerky. It's just the lizards then. Never mind. We could still use the coal though, so, you know, well, it's not too bad. We definitely need more houses, so let's do just that. Let's squeeze one in right here. And we will also start building other stuff. We could build a mine, but we have no use for the copper and we'll need to produce planks and bricks anyway. So actually let's handle those first. Let's create a crude workstation so we can produce planks and bricks for other buildings. Alright, we have a couple of workers. Perfect. So, if you remember at the start, we picked up the lumber mill, which can also create planks, and the little stars you see by the production items is the efficiency. So lumber mill is very proficient with creating planks, so usually it means you require less materials to create more planks, right? So if you look at the crude war station, which can produce all the building materials that you need, planks, fabric, bricks, it takes quite a bit of of the initial materials to create very little of the building materials. So this is the reason we wanted to have a lumber mill, because it will take less wood to create more planks, which is very good in the long run. But for now, since we have no choice, we'll start building with what we've got. For the lumber mill, we'll require bricks and fabric. So bricks we can already start producing using clay and stone. And for the fabric, yeah, we don't have plant fiber, we don't have enough leather, but we do have reed. So let's use that to create a little bit of fabric to get us to the better buildings. And of course, we'll create planks because we need them. I'll make our wood cutting a little bit more efficient, and as I do that, we get a new cornerstone. So every cycle, the storm and clearance cycle, which is marked here at the top, we get to pick new cornerstone, and we also get new settlers, which come in roughly about once a cycle as well. So we have Farsight and Crowded Houses. Scout small plate increases the working speed of the scouts. Not too exciting. I do like Crowded Houses though. More room for villagers means that we will not have to build as many shelters. There we go. And who do we have? Oh, nice. We got some lizards. And they also bring some goods with them. Let's pick 2 humans and 1 lizard. Let's the more the merrier, right? And with the building upgrade, we didn't have to build additional shelters, which is good. Just one egg here. We could start harvesting the eggs, but there's only 15 of them here. Oh, there we go. First of all, we found more eggs, but this is the dangerous glade that we discovered. And the dangerous glades always have one dangerous event, and usually have some buildings or some additional stuff. So this is the dangerous event right here, Rain Spirit Totem. And every time when you try and do an event, you get to pick from 2 different scenarios. Yeah. In this case, we can either burn down the totem or perform a ritual. And these little markings right here usually affect some future choices and also your score at the end of the game. They're also connected to orders. There are some orders that require you to make specific choices marked with, corruption or with the crown or with the empathy, which is a little hard. So you might want to keep an eye out on those. So anyway, the dangerous event. We have a timer right here, and when it reaches the 0, we will gain following negative effects. So first of all, flooding destroys all the roads in the settlement. I mean, yeah, that's not too bad. But we also get Curse of Weakness. Villagers move 30% slower, which is not that great. So usually you want to, take care of the threats before the timer runs out. You don't want to have any negative effects at all, but sometimes, if you don't have necessary resources or you're running out of time, maybe you'll have to, bite the bullet and leave them on. This one right here is not too terrible, but I think we can still, deal with it. So we cannot perform the ritual because we don't have any of the necessary materials. The closest one is oil, but we don't have enough of it anyway, so we can burn it down. And for that, we can either pick oil or coal. Let's go with oil simply because we have plenty of it. So to burn it down, select this, and we assign workers. And whoops, sorry about that. And we investigate. We could assign either 2 or 1 worker. Having 2 of them speeds up the process. Okay, so if you had just 1, the timer will be a little bit slower, but we're in no danger of, you know, triggering the negative effects, so doesn't matter for now. Also, as a bonus, we're actually getting 2 ancient tablets that we need for the orders. And just as we speak about the orders, we actually got new ones. So let's see what we have. Discover 3 glades. Keep the resolve above 20, and we're at 13 right now, so not too close. Also need to trade or deliver 6 packs of provisions, so we need to build makeshift post. By the way, the little blue line we see at the bottom let's start over. The 3 buildings you see right here, provisioneer, manufactory, and makeshift post, are the buildings that can produce the provisions. The blueprints that you know that can do that. And the blue ones are the ones that you already know how to build, and you can build them right now, or you even have them. So right now, the only place that can make the provisions is the makeshift post, which, as we know, will not be great at creating those provisions because it only has 1 star. So I'll probably go with the Glade Discovery because, again, you know, we want to keep cutting the wood and discovering more glades with more resources. And here we have dangerous glades. Discover 2 dangerous glades. We've seen the provisions, and this one is luxury packs. So this is kind of important thing to keep in mind, as we discussed just now. 3 buildings can create luxury goods, and right now we have none of them. None of them are highlighted in blue, so not only do we not have them built, we also don't know how to build them. So as it stands right now, we would not be able to complete this order, but you know, if we're planning on picking up one of these buildings and we hope to see a blueprint discovered, you know, once we gain enough reputation, we can pick it up for the future. But for now, let's keep it simple. Let's discover 2 dangerous glades and get our rewards. Let's have a look at the other events we have here. Encampment. Destroyed camp in the wilderness. There's still survivors. So we could pick up a couple of survivors, or we could send them to Citadel, the smoldering city, and gain some amber. You know, I'm not against having more settlers. Let's see what we can give them. I can give them mushrooms. We have plenty of those. But do we have? We do have 3 workers, so let's send them. And then we have abandoned cache. We'll see quite a few of them in the glades. These are a good source of reputation outside of orders and settlers. And to send it to Citadel, we need tools, which we have 0 of right now. There's a little chest right under the tools, which shows you how many tools we have in storage right now. So we will not do this for now. Also got notification that our stone cutters have run out of stone, but luckily we have more over here, so let's move them. We also want to cut into this dangerous glade, so let's mark these trees for the woodcutters, and let's also create a path towards the stone cutters. Now, with this many snake nests, I think I want to build a trapper's camp. Now, we only have access to the small trapper's camp, so this nest right here, which is marked with the 2 stars, we cannot gather, right? For that, we need regular trapper's camp, which is again discovered from the reputation gains. So, for now, let's just pick the small trapper's camp. And do we have anything else? No, only over here. So let's build it right here. And when we get more settlers, we'll assign them to this trapper's camp. Oh, we're also out of mushrooms. Yeah, that happens, and we have nothing for them to gather, so we'll unassign the workers for now until we find more resource nodes. And nothing to harvest. And let's just have them build. So, as you might have noticed just a second ago, the roads were not getting built because we didn't have any free workers. But now that we do, they'll start building. Let's make the path a bit more narrow here so they focus on these trees. We're also about to get new settlers, so for that we'll start building more shelters. We have coal for which we can build a mine. Ooh, alright, we just got more settlers. And oh yeah, I forgot about this already. Yeah, lots of things to keep track of here. So this is why I usually run only at times 1.5 speed, just so I don't waste time, as I did just now. We can build our lumber mill and start actually producing some good planks. So we'll disable them right here. And let's see, do we need anything else right now? We could build kiln, but now that we have coal veins right here, maybe I don't want the kiln. But that's okay. We can build weaver next. But for now, lumber mill. Oh, I haven't even noticed that we finished our glade event. And once you finish the glade event, the rewards that we've seen before appear right here, and they still need to be picked up. So just because the event is over, you beat the timer, your workers will still need to bring the goods back to the warehouse. So it takes a little bit longer to free these guys. And we also completed the order for the ancient tablets, which is great. Let's deliver it and see what else we get. Nice, we got the clothes here. So at the start we picked up the weaver to produce the fabric at 3 stars, so really efficient. And now we have clothes here which can produce coats for our settlers. Again at 3 stars, so very efficient. So let's pick that immediately. And now we do want to build our weaver as soon as we get the planks. And we found the new event. Let's see. Forsaken Crypt. Forsaken Crypt hides a frustrated poor spirit. This place seems to have been plundered a long time ago. One impatient point. Alright, so we can tear it down or be empathetic and calm the spirits. I kind of don't need these resources right now, so I would look to calm the spirits and gain some reputation, but we need to ensure that we have the necessary goods to calm the spirit. We have incense for this, which we'll pick, and we do have the ember, and none of these, so I guess we're paying off. Let's assign some workers, and let's go. We also discovered a new building, press, so we can salvage it or rebuild it and gain a press building, which is good at producing oil and luxury goods, the ones that we skipped during the order pickup. But that's fine, I think. I think we can still rebuild it, so we need planks and bricks for this. But let's wait on it. Let's wait on that. And actually, we can now build herb garden. Now, if you remember, at the start, we picked this up without having any soil to build it on. Now we found it. And as such, we can build our herb garden. Let's do it like this. And create farm field. Alright, things are starting to look up for us. We have large stone deposits right here. Workers. Kind of want to create one more woodcutter's camp, just so we can, you know, cut through the blades a little faster. But for now, let's just do this. There we go. So every time the storm starts, the resolve of the settlers is tested. So usually this is helped by the hearth and, you know, the having all the necessary shelter for the settlers, as well as filling some of their needs. And yeah, once the resolve starts getting into the negatives, the settlers might want to leave. So right now lizards are at 6 resolve, and it will go to 5 to 4 all the way to -2. And once we reach 0, we'll get a timer, and one settler will leave once this timer runs out. But for now, I will not worry about this. There's not much I can do at the moment without affecting other settlers. So let's just wait out the storm and hope for the best. There we go. The high hostility during the storm will crush your people's resolve. Yeah, so, I mean, we could unassign woodcutters, which are essentially increasing the hostility of the woods by cutting trees. There is also an option to sacrifice some fuel. Depending on which type of fuel you're sacrificing, you're gaining different bonuses. But again, I'm not too worried about some lizards leaving, so we can ignore this for now. It's not too bad. Let's assign some humans to our herb garden. Humans are very good at gardening, so we'll get some bonuses with that. Yeah, still waiting on deliveries. And here we'll assign lizards. Lizards are good with meat and fire. And here we have lumber mill, but we don't have any beavers available, so I guess we're stuck with humans. Also running low on fuel. That's fine. Oh, we also found the mushrooms. So we can actually move this building here and assign the remaining workers. Still haven't started the event, but that's okay. Alright folks, I think the video has been going long enough, so I'll have to cut it right here. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.